Welcome to Kitch At Home, Kitch's movie reviews. Mom, don't put that in the washer. Today we're going to be looking at the first Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. The Amazing Spider-Man, I believe it's called. 60% cotton, Mom. I know, let me see the other side. Wash inside out before wearing. Machine wash cold with light colors. Only non-chlorine bleach. What am I feeling? I don't know, Mom. Yes, I'm doing my laundry today. I'm doing it. Well, you're helping. I'm a very helpful child. Machine wash cold, that's all they say. Inside out? I don't know. Wait, here, let me tie the hoodie strings together because they might get caught in the thing. We didn't want that, do we? Does the water go in there? That's part of the washer. Do you want to do it to the max? Tied, free and gentle. Not quite free, you still have to pay for it. You gonna start your thing? I am gonna start my movie in about 5 seconds. And I have nice water with me instead of popcorn or any of those things. I'm trying to get a little bit healthier. And I'm finding out that a lot of my life goals have to do with becoming a squirrel. So, you know, like a cartoon squirrel. Normal, cold. Would that be delicate? These aren't delicates, though. Temp is Wi-Fi? Huh? How can your temperature be Wi-Fi? I don't understand. Spin, swirl, extra rinse, drum. Where's the temperature? Turbo wash. I don't know why I can't choose. What's in here? Anything else delicate? It's not saying. It's not quite normal. Is anything normal, to be honest? I would go with delicate. The door closes. The door is ajar. The door is ajar. No, it's not. The door isn't ajar. Okay. Hold for 3 seconds. And then it goes off. Peter Parker, I am not. It's trying to start. It wants to. I paused it. It's waiting for me to leave. I don't know. Go do your show, hun. I'll just watch it. There we go. Okay, I have a pizza blanket and a baguette bread pillow, and I am ready to watch The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm gonna start with pouring myself a glass of water. I haven't seen this before, and I have looked up no reviews. I don't know what anyone thinks of this, and that's the best way to watch a movie. Ooh, spiders right away. That's kind of creepy. That's okay. It's the guy from Damages. All these things start with, like, I never really knew Spider-Man's origin story. I mean, I knew he was bit by a spider, that's it. No, he was bit by a duck. What do you think, Kitch? Jeez. His father's working on spiders. Ooh. You know why it's raining? Because it's a superhero movie. That's why. Sally Field! Okay, that explains why Andrew Garfield gave her that long speech, bigging her up at the Oscars or something. I was like, that is an unlikely pair, and yet I want to see it, and here we go, we're gonna see it. Already I'm getting Cooper Day vibes, like Cooper Day if he was Spider-Man. Because he's not really the regular, like, nerd. He's just, like, in his own world. In his own little Spidey world. I think I have that jacket. Yeah, he does give Norman Bates vibes. I mean, he's tall and gangly and everything. In the basement like that. No. Though anyone who's tall and gangly stands in the basement, that doesn't automatically play cool, man, play cool. There's nothing in the briefcase. Keep it safe. It was in the basement under a pile of junk. How about, like, an actual safe? Gosh, if there is really important information in there, diamonds. I don't know why Peter Parker's father would have diamonds in his briefcase, but I'm just saying. No, he has a newspaper clipping in his briefcase. Even more valuable information. Information. It's twice as valuable as diamonds. Is she stuffing a watermelon? Oh, it's a salad bowl. Okay, charades moment, laying out all the objects. Glasses, a calculator. Thank you, movie, for not lingering on a contact lens scene. Imagination is more important than knowledge, Einstein says. But not quite as important as diamonds. 2 zeros with a slash in them. I don't know what that means, but I do know that a 0 with a sideways slash in it is actually a Cherokee vowel. Okay, maybe knowledge is more important. The way the kid has pictures all over his room and his bookshelf and his computer plastered with stuff, it kind of already looks like he's been Spider-Man for like a decade, solving crimes and cases. Oh, but he does photography. I wonder if that'll be like a payoff later in the film. Like he'll get a really important picture of someone. What if someone got a really important picture of him and they're like, hi, I know you're Spider-Man at the end. And a bunch of computer stuff I couldn't possibly read that fast or comprehend even if I did read it. So the music is trying to keep everything pretty light. It's slightly like Harry Potter-ish, but has no cool theme, really. There's no theme. Don't go in there. Sliding glass plates of spiders. What the? I didn't have a fear of spiders before, now I do. Spider-Man. Why would he get that close? Oh my goodness. He pulled. Why did you touch? Oh no. If you close your eyes, that doesn't mean they won't bite you. Just a little, like, wilderness tip for everybody. I have gotten bit, like, 20 times a day this summer, and I don't know who's doing it. Spider Kitch. Is he gonna... No. Why does he look like he's gonna kiss him for a prank? No. Beer on your shirt? How about he just stuck to the roof of the subway? See, this is why superheroes could be in Gotham all this time. It's possible, because people are so unobservant. How does he stop sticking to things? Does that ever happen? Why isn't he sticking to the, like, road while he runs, you know? Eating meatloaf when you've come home from a long day in the rain, right out of the fridge, is teen life, actually. That is teen life. Is he supposed to be a teen? Well, yeah, he's in high school. potato salad, frozen mac and cheese. Oh, I want mac and cheese now. Not frozen, but I do want mac and cheese. Ew, gross. Ew. I have heard that he's the most comedic Spider-Man that ever there was, like the funniest. And I'm seeing that because this is vaudeville. That is the third time I've seen his underwear during this movie so far, and they're always the same color, so he needs to go change his underwear. Listen, that coffee that fell, I do have reflexes that fast. I do actually have reflexes that fast. Spidey Kitch. Here's a question. If Andrew did stage first or in school or whatever, why is it he has such subtle things that he does? Like, because usually on stage you have to make everything really big. I know this is supposed to be a full review of, like, the whole movie, but I'm actually not paying attention to anyone but Spider-Man. To others, this may be extremely annoying type of scene. Like, just kiss already. But, actually, this is very realistic. Where you're like, should I go, or should I stay? Did you have a question that you want me to answer? Did you want to say something that you want me to ask you? Should we do something other than stand in the hallway? Let's take a step back and then come back together. Was that a date that we just did? Because we technically looked away from each other and then came back. Is that a date? Have we dated? Are we gonna date? Tomorrow, maybe, or sometime, because sometimes it's much easier to meet when it's sometime and not just a specific, I love you, yay. I don't know what happened, but I feel good now. I like that he fails sometimes. He's not full Spider-Man yet. That's important. Superhero movies leave that out, them failing along the way. Okay. Tony Perkins look number 1. I've not seen the Doctor before, but his voice sounds familiar. I know people from cartoon voices, okay? Here's his stage moment. Where is he? Responsibility is usually what other people tell you that you need to be doing. You don't have to agree. You just have to do it. So really, it's obedience, not responsibility. You have a responsibility to clean your room. Well, I don't have to, but I will. I will, because I'm a good guy. He was 2 cents off on milk? Tough convenience store. Holiday spices. I wouldn't even see the criminal. I'd be looking at the holiday spice sign. Green Tic Tacs. I have Tic Tacs in my purse. So this is interesting. This is Spider-Man kind of, or Peter, whatever. Pietro. Oh no, Pietro is the other word. The other name for Quicksilver. Sorry. This whole thing right now is about crossing species, and I'm just, like, crossing franchises in honor of it. This is interesting that he's going in a sort of rebellious way first. Again, have your superheroes make mistakes, like, along the way. I hate when they're just like, I'm just a regular dude in classes, and I sit in the back of class, and I have a weird southern accent for some reason. And then all of a sudden it's like, hello, I'm Ken. I mean, Superman. Like, and then they can just do everything, and I don't get it. And then usually problems come later. Oh wait, I have to not be douchey and save people? What? How unfair is that? And they have to actually talk to their girlfriends, they find out suddenly, and like, but this way, they're human right away. The criminal looks like a dropout from Aerosmith, but okay. Here's another question. In movies, and even in real life at times, and I don't mean anything by this, if you see something, say something. Wait, if you see something, do more than just say something. Don't be like, excuse me, like, yo, bro, what are you doing, dude? Why is it? I was being harassed, but this guy stopped him, so he's the nut job. It doesn't make any sense. So if he hadn't have happened to fall through the ceiling at that precise moment in his life, he wouldn't have gotten an idea for a mask. A wrestling mask, you know, that makes sense, but it's kind of stretching it a little bit. Like, if someone doesn't know what synchronicity is, and like in the 5th dimension, where you just like stuff just shows up in your life right when you need it, or thinking about it, or what's next for you best. If you don't understand synchronicity, that's a stretch. Did someone actually put a light zap in there and not tell him? Because that looked real. And it was kind of a real reaction too, because you're not supposed to swear in it. You know, he stopped himself, but still. Favorite? Don't know why, but it is. It's a good talent to have, but is that a thing that Spider-Man does? Because he did that on his skateboard too. Is this a thing that he does, where he can balance on one finger? Because I don't remember that in the lore. I could be wrong, but you have lasers and bombs attached to every city building on this, you know, on this. But can you balance on your pointer finger? Like, can you do this? Like, I don't know if that's. And why is he upside down in his room like Dracula? That's more of a Batman thing, in my opinion. But I am getting that his lifestyle is changing. That it isn't just when he's out fighting crime. That it's when he's, you know, alone, in his alone time, too, you know? He's living as spandex. Why did it have to be spandex? Because you know what the girls paid to see, that's why. Okay, he's just full. He didn't have many variations of the spandex suit. It was like he had one kind of bad mask, and you didn't get to see him build the suit at all. He sewed a mask for 2 seconds, and then you saw him silk screening a spider on his back, like Andy Warhol much. And that's a pretty sleek suit for just getting started. But I like the reveal in the mirror, so. Okay, this is showing, like, if you didn't know it was Andrew Garfield under there, some British dude, you'd think it was kind of gangsta. What do I think of his superpowers? I don't rate people on their superpowers. That's just rude. Sally Fields being Sally Fields. Awesome. I love how she, like, changed it around from Gidget. Do you even, like, you always think of Gidget and the Flying Nun, but that's just a thought that you have. It's not like she's anything close to that at all. I love how she pulled herself out of that. I still don't know how people let her, though. That's another thing. Kitch, you're an hour in, I have to check the washing. Oh, okay, I have to check the washing. And I am an hour in. Is it 2 hours long, Mom? I don't know. Did I lock myself in here right now? Okay. Thought we were gonna do laundry tomorrow. It has 11 minutes left. Well, I have hours left. Drink your water. I'm staying hydrated. I'm drinking. Are you drinking your water? I'm drinking more water right now. Okay. I just realized that most people do movie reactions or movie reviews. And this is my reaction, watching it in real time, and then it's gonna be, later it's gonna be my review. So guys and their hair. Austin Butler does a very particular thing with his hair where he sort of grabs a little section of it and replaces it. A lot of guys will, put their hair behind their ears, which people think is just like a girl thing, but it's not. Guys with really short hair usually run their palm back and forth over the top of their head. But Andrew did a very interesting thing just there when he took his hood off. Let's slow it down. He's starting to scratch his hair into place, and as you can see, he almost pulls the hair back into place, but it's really like a scratching fluff thing. Interesting. Also, I don't know when this movie was made, but does everyone on Earth remember when boys used to comb the side of their hair forward into like a little like feathery fork that went by the side of their eyebrow like that? Does everyone remember that? Because I do. That's my next haircut. Look like a motorcycling pixie. Someone from Neverland who went to the dark side, like, that's next for me. Lady needs to get some blinds. She has some blinds, but she needs to close those blinds. I would not. What if I was soaking my feet? What if I was bending over doing yoga? What if I was sick? Why would you just want your boyfriend to come by any time? That is confidence, to just peer at the window. And she never asked, like, how long were you there staring at me creepily? Like, he doesn't, but, he could, and she doesn't know. She barely knows this person, is what I'm saying. This is stranger danger 101. Like, get curtains and close them. Because she doesn't even have the window open for fresh air, and she has lamps in her room. And you shouldn't have to live afraid. That's not what I'm saying either. It's just, I would be afraid of my boyfriend just coming by anytime. His hand is being born, and that's very disturbing. I don't like that. Okay, now he's turning into a lizard? The Lizard King? Oh, wait, isn't that Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Lizard King? Or giant lizard? Dinosaur? Like, I forget. How does one eat an entire fish? The mother said something about the head. Like, what do you do? Branzino. People mention that fish name, Branzino, like 10,000 times. Is it a type of fish? Is it a way you prepare fish? And like, how is that going to come back into the movie? We're already waiting for Tic Tacs to come back. No, that was my own thing. We're waiting for several things to come back here. Taking a picture. Man, this is so much like my dreams last night. Tony Perkins moment number 3. Here's something that makes me a little uncomfortable too. He spidey webs people always sort of like below the navel. Well, it could be a thing of like that, like your core, because your core is your stability, so that would probably be the best place to do it, but are you trying to make this for kids or not? Why are we seeing a bridge at night with a traffic jam? Because it's a superhero movie. Alrighty, it's Godzilla. A lizard and Spider-Man. I don't recall the lizard person. I thought it was like Killer Croc for a minute, but that's, again, something else. That seems like a good villain for like the first one in the series. However, if they didn't think that there were going to be any more Spider-Man, that's pretty weak. It's a weak villain if you weren't going to have any more, but it's a perfect villain if it was like just the beginning. Because again, you're really following Peter Parker in this. And I really like that. It's like, it all makes sense. It's almost too logical. Where it's like, okay, this kid had a dad and he worked in a lab with this guy, and this guy, is experimenting like this on something that people are, trying to figure out, like the zebrafish for Parkinson's, and it's all making sense. And first, he was sort of being irresponsible with his powers and like had a vendetta, and now he's starting to kind of save people with his power. It's all making sense. It's kind of interesting. I think this is secretly what all, like, people who have a crush on him, girls and boys, do in the movie theater, where they're like, this is the moment where they're like, he's talking to a kid. He's boyfriend material. Like, I don't know why that makes you boyfriend material or husband material instantly. Just because you didn't throw the kid out of the car? Like, oh my gosh, I need him in my life. Like, who does that? Like, would you even want that person as a neighbor? The kid can't die. Okay. I'm with you, Peter Parker. That was... Why do I keep calling him that? Dude, some people say his name like, it sounds like Peter Pan. I'm going to get you. So it sounds very much, Peter. It's just Pete. Pete! Pete's sweet. Pete's neat. Pete has spidey feet. Like Kitch Elizabeth Wolf. So he's in a sewer, and that is like Killer Croc. I'm sorry, but I just keep thinking of the Cheech and Chong, where the guy turned into a lizard. Sorry, I can't stop thinking about that. Maybe that's why it doesn't seem like a very menacing villain to me. But he is, if you look at him. Tropicana, cereal, bowl of fruit, Nature's Bounty, Chewy C vitamin. I love the Chewy C vitamins. Nature Bounty's great. Or Nature's Way. I forget the brand, it was cut off. But they have the Chewy C vitamins. They're good. They work. Why did he give her the spider that bit him? The spider might be dead by now, which is sad. Spider funeral. If he isn't, he could get out and bite her too, right? Is this a plot hole or just a very realistic example of an irresponsible boyfriend? When they're in love, they don't think of everything. I love her pearl clips too. I like how they didn't kiss there. Uh-oh, my remote battery's low. I've been using this too much. Okay, I can't even show the monster rat eating the mouse. That was not kid-friendly. Thank you for bringing up the Godzilla thing, because that's what I was thinking. Oh my god, right in the background they have the Protzman clock, or whatever it was called. Remember Jerry Robinson on the Bob Newhart show hung up that weird-looking clock? There it is. They have it at the police station. This lizard guy looks like a Harry Potter character, kind of. Gives me Harry Potter vibes. The CGI, how they did, like, his talking mouth and everything. Okay, she's just hanging out in her spidey web, ready to catch a fly.
You see this Gucci spider web, I set my boundaries.
That's kind of cool. I mean, that goes with that same theme of, like, he's just doing what the spiders do. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, doing what the spider can. It's the little velociraptors. Yeah, because everybody has to get claw marks on their chest, because that's what sci-fi does. And there he is in the window. Okay, is Peter Parker going to go for it in the hallway right now? And how strong is that spider webbing? It's like beyond piano wire, I guess. He was looking up and it was like for aircrafts. Must be pretty strong. I can see how some kids would be like, oh my god, this is just like in the comic books and I get to see it. This is so cool. It's Stan Lee. You've been taking credit for everything for like forever. And it's like cute that he does cameos. There were so many other more people involved, okay? Get it. Sorry, I'm Iggy's yelling. Did he not know that the monster was Dr. Connor, whatever his name was? Okay, at this point, you're like, there's still a half an hour left. Like, if you were in the theater, you'd be like, I never want this to end ever. I'm having such a good time. You know, watching it at home on the TV, you kind of want it to start wrapping up right about now. I don't know that I'd want, like, a million lizards. Maybe a million different type of mutant monsters. But then it would be X-Men again. I don't know. Old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard. That's an interesting and yet transparently English swear word. Like, he might as well have just called himself a pumpkin. I'm such a pumpkin. And he does use fudge in real life, Andrew. I've heard him. And maybe that's where I picked it up from. Was that shot really necessary? Him on the pavement? Buns? That wasn't necessary. The lighting guy should have worked harder on that. Oh my god, don't take his mask off. Don't take his mask off. The franchise will be ruined. So what's weird to me is that the cop was just like, meh, Parker, yep. Of course you'd do something stupid. If he hated him, based on the 5 seconds he spent with him, he should have been like, Parker, I knew you were, you know. And if he was like, because he just met him or whatever, he should have been like, oh, you were Spider-Man, what? But he's just like, Parker, I don't, you know, what else is going to happen tonight? And to me, that was kind of a not very, that reaction didn't make a whole lot of sense. Or maybe he was just being a cop. And maybe I'm doing this again where it's like, it's actually more realistic than I'm thinking it should be. Treating him like any other kid that you would find in a mask, like, alright, it's you, isn't it? Don't make me start saying sir like a cop, sir. Sir. Take off the mask. Sir, I'm asking you nicely. Maybe you got in cop mode. How often does that happen? That stray arrow effect where it's like, that probably even happened in The Lord of the Rings. It's how all battles start in all of history. People showed up, they're probably like, you know, but first coffee. And then someone lets go of an arrow. Or, you know, the minute they say hold your fire, someone like, oh, I leaned on the catapult. I'm sorry, it wasn't me, it was that guy. Like, Eliza was doing stuff. And they just, like, shot him in the leg. Okay, they shot him in the leg, but he has a bloody handprint, so they shot him in the arm. So, I was cooking hamburgers, and the fire alarm went off, and she just could have cooked hamburgers. A lighter was quicker, though, to be honest. Now he's holding his leg. I'm confused. Maybe he held his leg and then the blood. You ever do that too when you're watching a movie and you're going, wait, what? There's a private document? There's an antidote? What's going on? Okay, I better start paying attention to everything now because every gum wrapper that someone crumples might be a clue. And you start like counting. And now that's interesting. The light turned green 3 times. Does that mean something? It just means they're going for the green light. Oh, okay. I guess I can relax some. He put his jacket on right arm, then left arm. Like that must be a clue that's going to come back and resolve itself in the end. Like you get really paranoid after you miss some major plot things. I know I keep harping on this, but that was just another moment of showing that he's really using what he got. You know what I mean? He's using his spider web to fix a cut. And ordinarily, in the Batman, when Batman used the drug that was going on in that movie to give himself extra strength, it seemed wrong to be like, no one should ever use this drug, like, it's terrible, it's addictive, it's this and that, and then he goes ahead and uses it for his own needs. And everyone's supposed to be like, well, he's the hero, so that's okay for him to go back on his morals. I don't know. That was, you know, but that's like, yeah, he's like, okay, what can I do? Like, I'm Spider-Man, like, what would a spider do, you know? What would a spider do? They'd probably crawl over some aloe vera. aloe vera plant, nature's band-aid. He's doing whatever a spider can, so. The city getting involved to help him out is also, like, I don't know, because he saved the working man's kid, and they're getting involved to help him out. I like that. It touches me. You know, when he first came up on the beam, I was like, okay, here's an issue, here's a problem. Someone's doing heavy construction in the dead of night. Like, whoa, watch that building, Frank. I'm sorry, I didn't see it there. Like, who does that? But it was the townspeople come together to help Spider-Man. I like it. Luke, I am your father. Or I had to. Everyone has to. During every movie, there's a moment like that. Since Star Wars, every movie there's a moment like that. That pose and him putting his wrists together like that whole, the way all that looks, I've seen that in monster magazines, and yeah, the old kind. You know what I'm talking about. You must think I'm really a prude. I don't mind that it's in there. I'm just talking about what's in there. That's why he reminded me of a Harry Potter character, maybe is because he was sort of like Lupin. He didn't know what he was doing till he, like, transformed back, and he's like, oh yeah, I hurt the police captain. And he was sorry, and all he wanted was an arm. Oh, but he got greedy. Does everyone know he's Spider-Man now? Aw, he bought her the eggs that she asked for way at the beginning of the movie, when he was going out and he forgot them, because he was busy in his own moody life. Modern audiences may be like, okay, that's kind of ridiculous, he gave her eggs, like, who even remembered that? Like, that's silly. But to me, it's touching, because I watch French films, and that is something a French film would pull. Don't make promises you can't keep. Yeah, but those are the best kind, and she smiles. That took a few times to figure out, but maybe it means, like, shooting for the moon. Will you ever get to the moon? Who knows, but, like, it's fun to try. Those are the best kind. Okay? I'm trying to figure it out. The line, regardless, what I liked about that moment was that, oh, are my underwear dry? Sorry. You did the dryer already? Uh-huh. Cool. My clothes are dry. That's nice. I like that scene because they still had their friendly connection. That's why. Okay. I like the freeze frame that looked like a comic book, but the best part of the ending is that the first words you see in the credits are directed by Mark Webb. Poor Mark Webb. He must have gotten teased all over the place. Oh wait, there's a tag scene. The tag scene was really short. There was someone even more evil than him, so that's the setup for the next movie. So they did know they were doing a franchise. I bet you anything. Or they were just like, tag scene? Possible pilot pitch? Like, they were pitching for the second film within the first one? But it was kind of short. Anyway, how did I like the movie as a whole? Well, maybe a 7 out of 10. It was enjoyable. I liked some of the different stuff they did with it. The music didn't have a theme that I could hear, which took a point off for me. And music is so important, you know what I mean? But they kept it pretty, like, normal. It was like something you could watch with tea. You know, that's what I'm here for. I don't know that I'd watch it, like, a million more times in a row, but I'd see it again somewhere down the road. It was fun and enjoyable. Let's now look up online and see what other people said about it. Well, someone named Debbie Lynn found it amazing, so. Garfield is probably too old for the part? What? He looks 15. That's scary to me. Alright, let's get out of here. Until next time, this has been Kitch At Home Movie Reviews. Bye!
Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the spider.